Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Toby here, and we have a lot to do today. That is a huge wasp. Oh my god, it just landed on the camera. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I think that was a gigantic hornet. That was super scary. I thought it was gonna sting me. But anyways, what I was saying is that we have to get this car on a new tune because I am racing Stangry tomorrow. So it's like a crunch of time. I still have to get motor mounts in. So I also have to go to my friend's house in Georgia where I'm staying the night before going to the drag strip at the South Georgia Motorsport Park. So this is gonna be nuts. The to-do list today is a whole bunch of school assignments, of 1,000 word essay, which isn't that bad, but I also have to get motor mounts in and I have to get Sally tuned by 6 p.m. So I'm not entirely sure if I'm gonna be running on that Lund tune by that time because they may close, but we're gonna try and see what we can do. Alrighty, so I have my flashing software right here and I'm gonna load that new tune on in just a second. But before we do that, the car needs to be at idling temperatures. I mean, that's what the tuner told me from Lund. I think it's actually Brandon, so he's helping me out here. But essentially, yeah, he told me that the car needs to be at operating temperatures, and he also said that I need to follow some sort of specific schedule. So he said with the car at operating temperatures, start logging for 3 to 5 minutes, then rev to 1500 RPM, hold 10 to 15 seconds. So like there's this huge schedule that I need to follow in order for them to adjust my fuel trims correctly. Also have to do slow gear climbs in second to third to 5,000 RPMs. Now this is also limited to 6,000 RPMs, so the car's not going to rev out to what it usually does. But let's go ahead and start the car and get started on this because I need to get to Georgia and I need to get to writing my essay. Sent me a sponsorship email. They say they want to send me their Valtronic exhaust. It does have a resonator, so it's going to tone her down. But basically, I'm going to try out the two exhausts and make a whole YouTube video comparing the Borla Attack, which is an H-pipe resonator delete, versus their Valtronic exhaust. Both of them are active exhausts, though. This one just isn't working because of the accident, but I'm super close to fixing that up. No clue why it's taking so long to warm up. Like, it's literally hotter than the devil's crotch out here. But I wanted to show you guys this awesome N54 135i. It's over there, like it's wrapped in Nardo gray and it looks awesome. So let's go see it. It's the car that I'm talking about. The one to the left is actually my boy's. That's a Grabber Blue Gen 2 Coyote, and then we have this 135i. I mean, these things will always have a special place in my heart because they have that N54, which can be modded up to make 500 wheel horsepower reliably, and they're super light. So just look at that thing. I think it also looks really good. All right, so obviously I drove away, but the car is now at operating temperatures. We got 190 on this cylinder head temps. So let's go ahead and start with this tuning process. See, the car needs to be off, and then you can open up your RTD flasher. So this is an application, it's free to use, and then you need to open up the file for your tune. So I'm going to open this up for my downloads. He sent me this one. Okay, let's open that one up, and then we're set to flash it onto the ECU. My little RTD cable, so that's right here, straight up into the OBD port like that. Obviously, in super self-explanatory, you plug in the USB cable. Now, before you flash anything to the ECU, you want to save your old file, which is super simple. You click on this I thing right here, and then you have it read the VCM suite info. Totally forgot to mention that you do want to key on the car. So not actually turn it on, but just turn the accessory power on, and then you're set to go. So it's actually working now. Now, what I think I'm going to do is separate out the vlog of the Stangry race and then getting prepared for it. So you're going to see two different vlogs from this weekend. It's going to go absolutely insane. Hopefully we can get Sally running properly because there's honestly no guarantee. She's still not running properly. We still don't have motor mounts in, and the race is literally 24 hours away, less than 24 hours away at this point. So it's super hot out here. I'm already sweating a gallon and I just took a shower, but we're gonna right the vehicle. Make sure that when you do this, you press right entire because you don't want to mess up. So yep, that's correct. Now we're gonna right it. Don't worry if all your warning lights flash up. You actually don't want to touch anything because you can brick the PCM. That's completely normal. So it just cycles through like that for a couple of minutes. Like I said earlier, do not start the car while it's writing the new files because you will brick the PCM. I wouldn't even recommend keeping the door open because sometimes that can interfere with it. Like, I hear people just close the doors and sit in here and don't touch anything. This thing really needs to hurry up because it's way too hot just to be sitting here and sweltering in this heat. Like, this is a black interior with minimal tint. I only have like 35% all around, so I am cooking in this car right now. All right, so I just followed the step of turning off the ignition, letting it wait for like 3 seconds, and then turning it on. Now I have to click OK, and it looks like we have the new tune completed. Go ahead and close this up, and I guess it's time to start the car and do some data logging on the VCM suite. So that's this right here. This is the data logging software. I'm gonna follow the whole logging procedure that Brandon set out for me. So this is letting the car idle up and then doing some revs. So let's go ahead and get this started, and it should start gathering my vehicle information and logging it down. So yep, it's working. And we are on the limited tune right now, 6,000 RPMs limited. 2 minutes have now passed. I'm gonna give it another minute of idle, and then we're gonna do the revs. So it's like 1,500 RPMs, hold it for 10 seconds, let go, 2,500, and then 3,500. All right, so now I'm gonna rev it up to 1,500 RPMs and hold it for a couple seconds. Okay, that was a little bit too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm gonna do the same for 2,500. Stayed 2,500 off camera for TikTok, but now 3,500. Everybody's probably looking at me like, what the doing in this parking lot? So let's get it up to 3,500. This is super hard to do, but let's get it there. Super slow. 1, oh my God, it's hard to hold it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 14. All right, we're good on that. Next step of the tune is to go for a drive and do pulls in second gear to, I think, 5,000 RPMs, but no, wait. Yeah, to 5,000 RPMs, but not full throttle. Very slow climbs, just to adjust those fuel trims. Alrighty, I kind of picked a bad place to do this in because there's not that much room. And driving with the laptop is kind of sketchy too, but we're gonna try and do it on this road. Very slow and gradual climbs to 5,000 RPMs. Honestly, I feel like I'll be good to do it here. So let's just slowly climb to 5,000 RPMs. Hopefully we have enough space. Oh my God, we're running out of space, but I think we'll be able to do it. All right, we're good, we're good. I'm gonna do another one in second, just slowly cruise out to 5,000 RPMs. The only problem here is that this road is like not very big and there's people in front of me, but I think we'll eventually be able to get there. Really slow. Come on. This car needs to speed up in front of me. No. Driving like a slug, unfortunately. Wait, we might be able to recover that. Yeah, we have the end of the road here. This is kind of sketchy. Alright, that's close, and I had to make a sharp turn. This is the exact problem that I'm talking about. So out here in Gainesville, Mexico, there's not that much room on these roads, and it's kind of sketchy because the school cops sit here. And the last thing I want to do is get pulled over because I have a super loud car. Alrighty, so that was perfect. Let me not lose this because I tend to do that a lot. So you want to go here and save the log file as. I usually save it to my desktop because it's super easy to find, but I'm going to put Toby Lund, and I'm going to send it off to Brandon from Lund, and he should give me a response super fast. The customer service with Lund is awesome. I'm sending off the log right now, but I think I'm going to have to change back to the Palm Beach Dyno tune just to drive the distance because this is a base map and it's not supposed to be driven long distance. We'll see though. I'm going to email him and ask him, and that really nice Huracan just drove by me. That's awesome. All right, so just driving the car like literally for 5 minutes, it feels completely different. I have the factory rev match completely back just on the base map. So this is a way better tune. Like, I have nothing against Palm Beach Dyno. This just fits me better because I have my auto rev match. The car drives like factory and it's comfortable for me for daily driving. Palm Beach Dyno was extremely harsh. You needed a lot of throttle to get the car moving. This is basically awesome. I mean, I could just rev match, auto rev match. I don't have to worry about doing it. It just makes it so much easier. Life is easier. So I'll show you guys the auto rev match, how it's back. I no longer have to give the car crazy amounts of gas to get it moving from a standstill in first gear. I can literally just let go and slip the clutch like I did when it was stock. I'm just waiting on Brandon to give me an email back so we can get working on my first revision, but I'm gonna go inside and get something to eat. Wait a second, look at that. Is that an LT1 across the street? So there's my future car, except it's gonna be in rapid blue. Let's go check it out. What's up, bro?
Say what's up.
He was watching the TikTok videos.
TikTok, bro. That is hard as bro.
What's your name?
Malibu.
Toby, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man.
From Gainesville, or?
Yeah, I stay out here. I done seen you out here like a couple times on TikTok. I'm like, bro, that's Gainesville.
Yeah.
Right over in front of Butler Plaza. I was like, bro, that's Gainesville.
Yeah. I'm here sometimes, but my classes are mostly online for now, but not next semester. I'll be here all the time. Yeah, I go to UF.
Okay,
yeah.
that's what's up, yeah.
Yeah. The LT1 that I was talking about. So what we have going on here are the same wheels, and basically that's what my grill is going to look like. This looks pretty cool, but I am going to wrap my hood matte black, I think, or possibly gloss black. I'm not entirely sure, and still do the white wheels with a ZL1 1LE wing on the back. Hey, I'll see you, bro. Have a nice day. I just got another email back from Brandon here, so we're set to go. We need to do another pull, but wide open throttle. But you guys know the setup, double steak with the cheese and the sour cream. This time we have to give the car wide open throttle, so we'll see what happens. I have everything loaded up, need to turn on my hotspot, and let's go. Right, so he also wants me to load on a different tune, so let's download that. The hotspot is coming in clutch. Same exact process as before for loading it on, so I'm not even gonna bother showing it because it's literally the same thing. Alrighty, here we go again. So the car's gonna do a bunch of crazy crap, and I'm just gonna sit here and watch. Come on, there you go. So everything flicks on and off. I just finished flashing up that other tune, so now it's time to do yet another log. Now we need to get this done before Lund closes, so that's 5 p.m. So we need to really hurry up. Stop here and do the idle log for 3 to 5 minutes, and then I'm gonna get on Tijuana just over there, and we'll do the full throttle pull to 5,000 RPMs like he asked for. So let's get this done, man. It's really, really awkward. So I was just about to do the idle pull. No, not the idle pull, the revs to 1,500 RPMs, 2,500 RPMs. Idle pull doesn't even make sense, but that cop just parked next to me and is watching me, so I don't think I'm gonna do that anymore here. Did those idle rev hangs in traffic, and it was so awkward because people were probably like, what the heck is he doing? Oh my god. But now we can do the pulls on the interstate Tijuana, and we'll be set to go, and I can send that off to him. So wanted a third gear pull to 5,000 and let off. Okay, that's pretty bad. Like, he did not want to pull, but we'll see what he says about that. Definitely not going to promote doing this because it's pretty dangerous, so don't do this at home. Definitely do it on a closed road course, not on an interstate in Tijuana, Mexico. Literally just sent off the most recent log file, so now it's just on the road again until we get to my friend's house in Georgia, and then motor mounts. I think while he does the motor mounts, and people are going to get triggered about this, I'm going to be doing my homework because I don't have that much time, and it's due at 12 a.m., so I got to get it done. Something super strange is going on with the sun right now. Like, there's like an orange haze to everything. Well, it just passed, but it was in that specific spot. It was really weird. Maybe it was like some smoke or something. I have no idea, but we're not that close. Honestly, it's just like a mid-trip update. We still have about an hour left. Alrighty, so Brandon just emailed me back. He said everything's looking great. We need one more log file on the same tune, 2,500 to 7,500 RPMs, wide open throttle. So let's get that done. I'm trying to see if I can do the third gear pull here, but unfortunately, obviously we weren't going to be exceeding any legal speed limits. It's just like a pull to the speed limit, but I can't do it because there's too much traffic. So I think I'm going to have to get off on an exit and then do it. I literally just did the last pull that I need to do. Now I need to send it off to him. So all this multitasking is way too much. I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down. I think we're really close to Jay's house, but this is honestly great news that they say the car is running well, because I thought there was all these mechanical issues. I always had knock with Palm Beach Dyno, and it looks like I have a pretty good running engine now, and it seems like the tune is running correctly. The car is running great. I have auto rev match, which I completely forgot to show, but I used to be able to do this when I had it factory, and then the second I got it tuned by Palm Beach Dyno, I lost it. So this is what the auto rev match looks like. I don't really need it anymore though, because I got super good at rev matching, being forced into learning how to do so without it with the Palm Beach Dyno tune, but it's like super convenient and it makes daily driving a lot easier. So quick little update, Brandon just emailed me back and he wants yet another log, but with a different setup for channels. So basically channels is this left-hand column and it shows what you want to put on there, and he changed some things up and he wants to see what's going on there. So I'm going to send him that real quick. So he sent me his channels and then I'll hop back on the interstate Tijuana, but I'm pretty sure this is what he wants here. So it's this document right here. Then you just open that on up and it'll change whatever is on the side here. Hopefully this is the last one. Now the hotspot's kind of struggling because the service isn't too good out here, but if it loads up, I'll send it off to him and hopefully we'll have the car fully tuned on 93. We'll go on E85 a little bit after I have the Camaro because I want to go full bolt on E85 on that car first before I do E85 in this car. This car is actually going to be parked for a little bit, probably about a month and a half before I see it again. So I'm going to take a break from Sally, focus on the Camaro a little bit. I don't know, boys, it's 4:55. I'm literally 2 minutes away from Jay's house, but there was an issue with like the channel files and they were like corrupting or something like that. And Lund said that they need to send me a new channel configuration, so I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to get this tune done. I really thought I was going to be able to do it, but of course we're having technical difficulties. I'm not even surprised. It's always something. Here we are back at Jay's, not even a month later. That 10-speed is looking so good. I can't wait till his car is ready to go though. That thing is a beast. He's getting that stage 3 caliber like I am eventually, and that thing is going to rip at 900 wheels. Stock block though. He just came back. He left me stranded here for a couple minutes, but I had to make some TikTok videos. He's carrying some groceries in. I helped him a little bit. But looking at this 10-speed is nuts. He also has like some sort of cannon of a camera in there, like a literal cannon. He'll show you guys that in just a second. But here's the parachute, and he has this flight tag. So this is crazy. Remove before flight. Bad Jay doesn't have a stage 3 MT82 because we could have had 3 fast cars here ready to go. But it's unfortunate that I couldn't get the Lund tune sorted out. Hopefully I can run it on what I have so far, but it might be a little sketchy and I may not be able to do it. I absolutely cannot wait until I get my carbon fiber hood. So this is like a preview of what it's gonna look like, except that mine's a GT500 hood. So I have all those like holes in the middle here and it raises up. So it'll look a little bit cooler, and then I'm gonna have the fenders on the side from the GT350R. Thing is crazy back-ordered right now, all the body parts, but look at this. This is the GoPro 360, so you put that on there and it records like the whole back of the car. It's super cool. Jay is gonna work on my car like I said earlier because I have to do this essay, so I'm gonna grab my laptop, go inside and get cracking on that. He's moving the car, putting it in the garage, and then while I do my homework and essay, he's gonna be doing the engine mount. That was loud. I did not expect that. Exactly why I'm getting a different exhaust. All right, Jay. No, don't hit the tires. I'll bounce off. You're gonna rip the splitter off. I'll bounce off the tires. Literally no room. Asking Mr. J here to take adequate videos of the motor mount install. You got it?
I got you guys. I can point a camera. It's not that hard, honestly. Alright guys, so I got Toby's car here. He's inside finishing up some schoolwork so he can come hang out with me, Parker, Zip Tie 50 out there. But right now I just got the fan on here trying to cool off the header, and then I will jack the car up and start swapping out that motor mount bracket and the motor mounts. Alright guys, I just got Sally jacked up in the air. The headers are all cooled down so I can actually work down there. But I just got jacked up. I'm putting the jack stands under it now. Car's cooled down. I got my extensions on the motor mount and I'm about to break this nut loose.
He's actually working on the motor mount bracket while I do my homework, like we said a million times earlier, but Parker just got here. I heard the big red blow-off valve. Parker! What's up? I heard the big red blow-off valve, man, so I had to come outside. That's sick.
Finally.
How are you?
Finally, I'm nice to meet you. What's your name? David.
Like, you weren't even around the corner. I love this thing.
That's what I heard when I was doing the homework, my homework in there, and then I just heard whoosh, and I was like, Parker's here, so I ran out and I grabbed the camera.
Grab the first one that I saw.
I'm on live, recording on your camera, recording on this camera, and
Toby doesn't even record his own videos.
got him.
Jay's recording. Not to mention, he doesn't do any of his work. He's obviously. So yeah, I'm not going to turn the cameras off and let Jay do all that whenever we get onto mine. But
Look at this guy.
Look, he doesn't even film his own videos. Look, Toby doesn't even film his own videos.
Well, when you have a camera this big, you don't have to record your own videos.
That's actually the funniest thing ever, because whenever I was trying to get a camera, I texted Toby. I was like, hey man, what camera do you think is going to be good for, you know, just getting started on YouTube? Sends me the link to a $3,000 camera. It's like, this one's pretty good. No shit.
I just got the motor jacked up. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Let's see. Oh God. Oh Lord. Anyways, I don't know if you guys can see that. Probably not. But I got the motor mount off. You know what? This cut. All right, guys. So zoom, or oh wait, this is a nice camera. It's got it on the. How the fuck do you use this thing?
There is no zoom.
There's no zoom. Okay.
It's a fixed lens.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. How do we focus here? Hello, David. How do I focus? I'm trying to focus on the motor mount. This is hard. I got the motor mount bolt up. Got the motor mount bolt out, and the motor jacked up off of the mount. So I'm just going to start working on the bracket now. All right, guys. So I got the bracket. Got the bracket raised up and separated, and if you can see that, the camera will focus. It actually broke completely off as soon as I jacked the motor up. So that's part of the problem. All right, guys. I got all the bolts broken loose on this bracket. I'm pulling out the last few now. All right, guys. The motor mount bracket is out. I got the broken motor mount bracket out. You can see the piece came off right here. I'm gonna throw that one in and swap in the BMR motor mounts, and Sally should be good to go. I got the motor mount bolts pulled out. Since I got the bracket off, I'm gonna go ahead and swap the motor mount while I'm at it. So now that they're out, I can just pull this out, get rid of the stock motor mount. Set it up in here on this little pedestal, and then I will go up top and bolt it down. Alright, I just put some thread locker on the bolts. I got the new motor mount in place. I wish I can get the camera to focus. Toby's going to show me how to use this better, but I'm about to tighten this down, and then I'll put the bracket on, and this side will be done. I'll do the same thing on that side, except the bracket is still good on that side, so I'll just be changing the motor mount.
I took a break from my essay. I'm about halfway done, and Jay's still underneath the car doing side number 1, right?
Yeah, but it's not because I'm slow. It's because I'm recording your TikToks.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Jay. He's helping me out big time, so.
Alright, can you see me?
Kind of, just like an eyeball.
Please don't stop my wrist.
Good?
Yeah, good.
Is it done?
Go, keep going. Keep going. I'm on the driver's side. I'm pulling out the driver's side motor mount now. I got it unbolted and the motor supported. So just a few minutes, I'll have it out.
What's up, guys? Toby doesn't do any of his own work. We actually have Jay and I out here doing all of his work, fixing up Sally. Definitely not sabotaging anything. Toby's procrastinating inside doing his homework so that we can get his car done because he doesn't do his own work. But yeah, just a little update for you guys.
Sally's almost done with all the work, so both sides of motor mounts are done now. This was the research paper that I was doing while they were doing all the work on my car, but both mounts are in, like we just said in the last clip. I mean, I think Jay did a fantastic job of recording, but I'm not entirely sure of how he records, because like I have a different style, but I'm sure he did a great job. Yeah, I really like that hood, Parker. That's a nice hood. No, the black looks good though, honestly.
I like the design, but
Yeah, I like his hood. Huh?
Need your biometrics,
Oh yeah,
sir.
sorry. I need to put my finger there. We're gonna log and do some pulls in Mexico right now with Parker, so we're gonna see how fast Sally is from a roll compared to his car.
if I actually want to do this race. Y'all actually race.
Got a Hellcat here also, one of Jay's friends pulled up, so we got a whole collection of cars here. I think Stangry's the coolest though, right, Parker?
Yeah, not the big red blow up out there.
What do you think he's boosted with, Vortec or Procharger? That's a Vortec, right?
I think so. Vortec's
Yeah.
a little more high pitched and kind of chirpy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing.
Bro, so you didn't see it and you just ran it over? That's a water line? So, we figured out the whole water hose situation. The water line. And now we're gonna go get something to eat real quick. So, where are we going? Waffle House?
Waffle House.
Yes, sir.
Waffle House in Tijuana, Mexico.
A camera on a camera right now. We're recording each other, but right now we're making sure that Sally's running well right before the race with the new motor mounts and everything. We have Master Mechanic Jay driving out here on I-Tijuana. Oh, your friend? He wants to race you. You should race him, Jay. Show him that lung sausage. Let's see. Let me see the log. Let me see if there's any knob. non-stock Hellcat, man, on the Rob sauce.
He said, look, this is log look like.
I didn't log that.
You didn't log it.
That was just a little bit more equal that time,
Yeah.
but I still should be pulling on him.
It pulled hard on him on the hit.
I should be pulling on him more than that.
I didn't want to bang.
Are you about to have a feast here at the Waffle House, bro?
Bro, I'm not carry this Waffle House stuff.
David's waiting for us. He's already here. So Jay, you want to explain what was going on with the car when we were racing the Hellcat in Mexico?
I didn't have enough fuel pressure.
Yeah, so the car was not getting enough fuel pressure, and basically, how many degrees of timing did I have? 9?
10.
10?
10 at the top of the fork.
Down and powered big time. Literally just got back from Waffle House. I myself, but Jay decided to check out the Bozo pump, the wiring, and we're probably gonna have to siphon out the gasoline and check out what's going on with the fuel hat, because there seems to be some sort of reason causing me to lose fuel rail pressure. Here we go again with tearing the car apart. So we got to run it out of fuel like I did in the last vlog. You ready? Put in the clutch down with my hand, and now we run it out of fuel. Let's chop it. She will run out of fuel. It's just a matter of today or tomorrow, because there's a lot of fuel in there, but it doesn't really impact it. We just need to get the rest of whatever is in there out. Basically, I don't know how to word it. Like, it's super confusing, but basically there's only a set amount of fuel in there once you unplug the fuel pump relay, and then the car runs out of fuel. There's way too much gas in Sally's, so we gotta get a jug or whatever, right? A gas can, whatever you want to call it. And we need to siphon all the fuel out of Sally's, so we'll be set to go to remove the fuel hat. And if anything, we're gonna go back to the Bozo pump on an OEM fuel hat and fuel pump. Oh, that's every tool you own?
Every tool that I own.
Okay. Nice.
And,
Is that the other blow-off valve?
Yeah, it is. I did a giveaway, and a girl won it actually. So, and she's driving 5 hours to come and watch. So
No way. Tomorrow?
That's full throttle.
I ain't got nothing to worry about tomorrow then.
Nope.
I'm not turning this camera off. Right there.
Holy crap. Yeah, it like needs way more time to build, but yeah, my is spanked. This car is running perfectly.
That's what I was talking about.
Dang.
Sorry if I blow up.
I definitely. Oh my god. It eats in the top end. I don't know, that trans doesn't feel too healthy.
I feel good. What are you talking about? Jesus.
Bro, this thing pulls. It pulls hard. Like, you don't feel it at first, but then in the top, it really gets you.
Come off the ground for a second, bro.
Oh Lord, here we go again. In Mexico, of course. What was it?
853.
8.53 cc. It's 130 bananas. To what?
Second.
Second gear?
Second from 40.
Alright guys, Toby's doing cool in Stangry's car.
Mine second right now?
Yeah.
And now it's gonna do it?
Yeah.
So I just floor it?
Yeah, you can.
Lord, put it in drive. Put it in drive. Put it in drive.
Yeah, it feels good, but... So I just drove the Stangry. This thing is freaking nuts, but I do realize that like it doesn't make any of the power until the top end, and then you can actually spin out while you're going like 120 miles an hour, so it's not very good. I mean, the difference with Sally and the Whipple is that when you hit it, that's when you're gonna lose traction, but you're not gonna like lose traction past that point. This is sketchy because when you stay in it and get in the high RPMs, it starts spinning. So that's the difference between the two. So just by driving Stangry, I realized how different the centrifugal is from the twin screw. So my Whipple just hits immediately and then it kind of dies in the top end, but this thing just builds power like crazy. Shine your light on there. Let's show them the carbon fiber interior, or like the carbon fiber parts you put on there. So he's got this carbon fiber engine cover. What else? Battery cover.
Yeah, so you can clearly see that's fake. That's not. The only real stuff down here is going to be that. We got that in the back, but as you can see, we got a little issue with the scraping. So if we did get real carbon there, it's just kind of pointless.
Here's your snail.
There's my snail.
Your aftermarket alternator.
My aftermarket alternator, exactly. She chirps a little bit.
While Jay works on Sally siphoning out the fuel, I'm gonna help out Parker here with taking off. What is that?
Car.
What is that called on your car?
Taking off the, what is it, the air?
What is that, Jay?
Oh, the intake?
Yeah, that's the intake? Okay, and then putting on that turbo guard.
I'm
not sure why I'm helping out the enemy here, but we're gonna put on his turbo guard right now. So right now I'm taking out his intake. It's just one simple clamp like that. And then this bad boy comes off. And there you go.
Now comes the hard part. So we have the filter all the way down there, gigantic. Now when you say we can fit it through that little hole.
What's going on here, Jay? What do you have for us?
All right, so we're trying to drain the tank, below half the tank. I jumpered the fuel pump right here, right at the relay. So now I just key the car on, and
it should pump out. Oh, look at that. Siphoning everything out of the fuel tank. Yeah, so we finished up with that. What Jay decided to do is just shove his intake in there, like not even take it out, because I was like, you know what, Parker, I'm not sure if I should just shove it and like pull it up from the front, but Jay just pushed it down and then put on the turbo guard. Anything looking wrong with that hat, Master Mechanic Jay?
can't find anything wrong with the hat.
Great.
Over.
So it's not an electrical issue, right? Like you checked all the...
I don't think so.
Great. So one of the tubes to the fuel pump actually collapsed, so that might be the problem, but we're not entirely sure yet. We'll keep you guys updated as we try to resolve this problem. Actually, as Jay tries to resolve it, because at this point I'm so tired that I'm just like sitting on the couch, just waiting for somebody to say something. Jay assembled his own lines for the DW400. He made that black one right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then another one?
This one.
Oh yeah, so now we're gonna test that out and see if that fixed the problem. No. Putting
Sally's
all
on the 85, boys. About time.
We wish, but he's putting all that 93 back in that he siphoned out earlier. Your neighbors are going to hate you for sure after this one. 4 o'clock in the morning on their Saturday, their day off.
It's not the loudest car I can start up.
True. Yep, we just plugged the bozo pump back in. Oh yeah. It dipped hard. It dipped hard. What? Let me see. Let me stop it. So after Jay assembled the new fuel hat and basically put a new couple of hoses on the actual fuel pump, it seems like we're still dropping fuel pressure whenever we do pulls. So like above 5,000 RPMs, it starts losing pressure. So what we're gonna do here is post to Facebook Marketplace that we need a stock fuel hat from a Mustang GT, because we didn't have this problem before when I didn't have the DW400. Mr. J here was like, hey bro, you gotta get on the DW400 and get rid of that bozo pump.
Get that on my face.
So here's a quick little update on things. So last night we couldn't figure out why the fuel pump kept losing fuel rail pressure. So essentially we were about to give up. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning and we didn't sleep. But then I mentioned to Jay, you know what, we have your car here, which has an E85 fuel pump. Why don't we put that in your car? And he's like, oh, it won't work, right? So I go to sleep at like 7 a.m. I wake up at 9 while they're out there working on the car. I mean, big shout out to Jay. He's doing everything he can to make sure that my car is running at full potential before this race. but he put his fuel pump from his setup for E85, which I think is a 4 return style fuel system, and he put his pump in my car, and now it's running like a charm. So it's making big boy power. I mean, we were really getting desperate. So at like 6 o'clock in the morning, we put on Facebook Marketplace, like within a 200-mile radius, that we need a stock fuel hat for a Mustang GT. I suppose my DW400 went bad, and I wasted a whole bunch of time installing it. Unfortunately, when they did the test runs and hits, I was still sleeping. So this was like at 8 o'clock in the morning. So Jade literally stayed up all night just to make sure that my car was functioning properly. Let's go outside and check out what he rigged up on that car. So his friends also pulled up, and these are all the cars we have here. Ruby red. Is that ruby red or race red? Ruby? Yeah, it's my favorite color on a Mustang. And Jay, are you putting half shafts right now? Thank you. This is how the back of my car is going to look like for the race, and this is how we had to rig it.
Is that your fuel pump?
So I'm going to pick up the actual race in the second part, so it's going to be a different video. So if you all enjoyed this video, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and I guess we'll see what happens.